Welcome back everybody to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about my ideas for the game Angelica's Chaotic Hardcore School Remastered, and basically I'm just going to be expressing what I want to see. And again, right, I'm not like gonna be, oh, hey, the devs need to do this, but I'm just saying if you guys want some ideas, I'm absolutely open to expressing them. And you know, I don't know if a lot of people do this. I don't even know if anybody really does do this, but I'm willing to kind of give you guys just what I want to see in the game, right? I don't want, you know, I'm not expecting to see all of it, but I would love to see this. And leave a like and comment down below what you guys think, because I have this as a Steam discussion, just, you know, for Steam players, and also I'm making a video of it right now. Obviously, you guys can, you know, you guys are watching it, just for the ACHSR community to see it. So I'm going to be basically explaining everything I have here written down that I wrote. It took quite a while, almost an hour, but you know, I have a lot of passion for this game, just to continue to see it expand, and I also want it to be, you know, very unique. I want it to be as unique as it can. I want it to get extremely, it already is very unique. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying, you know, I want it to have unique gameplay and that stuff. So first and foremost, you know, as my first idea, just kind of like advanced education, I think there should be a blood or health bar, and also the ability to jump, because I think for a lot of my ideas I have in ideas, or in number 2, I personally think is going to be a necessity, because I think it would make the most sense. Okay? I don't think it should be that hard of a mechanic to add, I'm hoping. But obviously the mechanics that are going to be, that I, you know, the mechanics that I'm going to have provided here are going to be a lot, you know, to add in, and of course are going to need a lot of testing, of course. I would assume so. So pretty simple enough. I think this actually should be very easy to do, because they already have they already have this in the upcoming update soon from beta version 2.0.0. That I think there should be a teacher that should be kind of like Body, where they actually lose you instead of knowing where you are at all times, and so you can actually hide in a room, or, you know, whenever you collect notebooks or make any sort of sound cue or whatever cue, they'll go to that noise, or they'll go to that area instead of, oh, I know where you are at all times. Because that's how it's been for all of the floors, including for Mark, the principal. They always know where you are. And so, you know, that's a little creepy, you know? But obviously it's a horror game for a reason. And then this is one I really hope to see. I kind of hope to see all of this, but right, I'm not expecting to see all of this. And I don't know if I'm expecting to see all of this at all. So I don't know what the heck I just said there. Instead of the teachers insta-killing you, right, like instead of them just constantly bolting at you, I think they can kind of be like Marzia from Advanced Education, where they throw, I don't know, some sort of thing that pulls you towards them, or, referencing to the health bar, they throw something that will damage you or make you slower, right? Something that they'll throw at you to make you slower, like they'll throw a desk at you, like how you throw a desk at the Final Era dude. What's his name? Oh, great. But if you know what I mean, obviously that blood bar will refill over time, right? Blood, you know, will refill. So this is the idea that I think is least likely going to come, but I really think it's something I want to see. I think I want to see this thing a lot more than the other things that I've been talking about. So still kind of referencing from the I don't want the teachers to insta-kill you. I desire specifically this mechanic where instead of the teacher trying to kill you, it's the floor. If you guys are like, what the F are you talking about, Crusher? I'll give you an example. If, let's just say, the gardening's floor, which as of now, it's not out, okay? But let's just say the gardening floor is cursed, but the teacher is forced to do the floor's cursed. Does that make sense? So the teacher's not really cursed, but is forced to do the curse from the floor. And so, maybe when you get wrong answers, you know, plants, like evil plants, start to form up and they can chase you. Or scary traps or booby traps would spawn around. And of course, the more wrong answers you do, there are going to be more of these terrifying, creepy plants and these random booby traps. And obviously, they will not insta-kill you, they will hurt you. So a little more reference to the blood bar. So obviously, that's why I would say this is least likely to come. But this is something I really desire to see. Is I would love to see, instead of the teacher chasing you, it's actually something else. You know, it's not the teacher always coming at you and then their hitbox touches you. Oh, you instantly lose. I want it to be more of you lose because you actually lost a lot of blood, or you lost because you got killed in a trap, or obviously, you know, you lost because of another character. But obviously, I am perfectly fine if Kitty, Mark, you know, and all the other enemies are still around as the floor would go on. And so I think it would make sense here. And so moving on, since I moved on to a game called Repo not too long ago, I think Repo has a lot of cool monster AIs that I think this game can use. So for example, I think the birthday boy, you know, I mentioned this example, like if the teacher was Pennywise, he would place balloons around, and you have to kind of play like, you know, you have to play cautiously here, right? Like, you have to move around the school instead of running around the school and rushing, you know, but instead you're actually walking or taking it slow instead of actually rushing. So, you know, Pennywise is not chasing you, okay? Pennywise is not chasing you unless if you pop one of his balloons that he placed around. So he will be moving around really fast, not like, you know, Sonic fast, but fast to where, yeah, like he's like running at you, like if Lucas was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill you, he's gonna throw a tantrum at you. But you know, if Pennywise was the teacher, he'll go to that area if you pop the balloon. I didn't write this, but I actually personally think that other characters should also have the ability to pop the balloons on accident. Like maybe Mark might accidentally pop a balloon, and that actually might take Pennywise to another area if Pennywise is the teacher, of course. I'm not saying he is, but I'm just saying if Pennywise was the teacher. Or if Kitty's walking around, Kitty can pop a balloon, that other stuff, okay? And so then he'll run at you temporarily for 15 seconds. He's trying to kill you, not insta-killing you. And right after 15 seconds he'll stop, and then he'll give you the warning. I should probably write that down. He'll give you the warning. Never do that again. Oops. And then he'll go back to doing what he wants to do. Or he'll go back to doing. He'll go back to spawning more balloons again. Okay. So obviously, the more wrong answers you get in the notebooks, the longer his timer is extended when he's trying to kill you, right? If you pop his balloons, or he'll place even more balloons around. Or like, right, like he's gonna be a little more faster, and then he's gonna start placing more balloons around. And so part of me also says that I do think you're gonna have to at some point pop those balloons and then maybe hide in a room, and I think you'll be fine. Okay. So I do think that should be kind of something, and I get it, that will be a little scary, but part of me also says, make it a little challenge, right? I think the devs would agree that, you know, if you were playing on difficulty boy, it would be a very easy for it to do. And then, this is a Huntsman reference, so the teacher that I'm, right, like, how I'm going to describe the teacher is not going to be just like the Huntsman, but I'm saying the teacher can be blind in case, but this idea I kind of changed from the Huntsman, since the Huntsman relies on sound in order to shoot you in Repo. But instead, I think there should be a tracker on you, or a tracker on Emily that checks how loud you either move, or right, how loud you are, or either how much you move. So right, you have to kind of, if it's like a bar about how far you move, then you have to kind of stop and purposely just sit there and let the bar slowly go down. But I personally think that's quite boring. So I think I'm more likely relying on sound, and I get it. Sound is a little more complicating. It might even be a little buggy if if this, you know, type of teacher came out. So instead of the teacher, right, again, going at you and then insta-killing you. I personally believe that it should be about a bar that, oh, hey, if it reaches a certain line or boundary of the teacher that doesn't like it that loud, or doesn't like that bar to be in that certain area of the red zone or whatever, if you know what I mean. The teacher will run at you, give you, similar to what the Pennywise reference was, he'll give you 3 warnings. And so you can obviously sit in a room where it's quiet, and it'll slowly go down. If you eat a bag of chips, it will slowly go up because obviously, bag of chips, they're freaking loud. Like I was actually just eating a bag of chips not too long ago, but I would say, yeah, it can also be based on characters' voice lines. It can be Kitty's static noise, so you kind of have to go away from Kitty, right, as quick as possible if Kitty does come up to you. Or if you get caught by Mark the Principal, it will slowly go up. I would say don't make it go up if you're walking, but only if you're running. But I don't know, maybe going up, or maybe like it should go up while it's walking, but really slow. I don't know, right? Like I'd say this mechanic is also least likely to come because of the fact that, that might be a very buggy thing. We've already dealt with temperature. If you guys have never dealt with the temperature update, oh, you guys got to go back to my season 1 series. But obviously I have more information here. What about the wrong answers of each notebook? You guys can read that. I'm not going to explain that, but you guys understand the purpose of that. So this is what I really want to see. I think this is more likely to come instead of all these mechanics that are probably going to take a while. So I think there should be a bonus store level with all of the teachers from math to music level. I would love to see a collab where you have the opportunity to grab any of the teachers' notebooks. Obviously, you need to beat the first 4 levels. I think there should be some requirements. So, like, it's gonna say locked until you beat the music floor. I don't think you need to beat the final era. If you guys have not beaten the final era, I would say that should not be a requirement. But obviously, I didn't spell that right. Obviously, there needs to be a price on that store level. And it's not gonna just be free, unless the devs want to be really nice about it and very generous. I don't mind. But I would say it would make sense if it costed some coins, just so that then you can continue to play the regular game instead of always focusing on that, if that makes sense. And then obviously before pressing start, you're not gonna know which teacher you're gonna start with. I would rather not have it be randomized. I would say have the ability to press which route you want. Like if you want to pick Angelica as your teacher to start off a little easy, or if you want to pick Lucas, Emma, or Sophie, and maybe even make it a little requirement where you have to collect another teacher's notebook. But I don't know. I feel like it's fine if you just are allowed to just grab just the main teacher's route, because obviously it's going to be a bigger map, and so it's going to take longer. You're going to have to check on Samara a lot more, and overall it's going to be harder for other enemy encounters. So I do think that will be a little interesting. But yeah, I have these rewards. AKA, what if you grab the other teachers' 20 notebooks, right? I don't want them to just be like, oh, good job, and then they're not helping you, right? Like, think similarly to the language floor. If you grab all of Angelica's, she'll help you at the very end by blocking Lucas, and you won't have to stress about, oh my gosh, Lucas is coming, and right, you have more anxiety that you typically do if you don't grab those. So, I say there are rewards here for each of the routes. Okay, you guys can read it on my Steam review, or you guys can read it now. But there you go. And obviously, these rewards can be different. But I want to make this clear that I think if you grab, if let's just say I'm going against Emma and I grab all of Lucas's notebooks, his reward better be more rewarding than all the other teachers, because I'd say, obviously Lucas is going to be harder than grabbing Emma's. And so, if I'm grabbing Lucas's 20 notebooks and I'm picking Emma's route, at that point, if Lucas's reward is stupid, then I might as well just go against Lucas, And so, I would argue, make his reward a lot more rewarding than both Angelica's, and if you guys think Sophie is easier, make it harder, or make it more rewarding than Sophie's. So, but I would say all of these ideas are are, most likely not going to come out. But I'd say, I kind of hope they kind of do. But again, these are my ideas. I don't know if they are planned. And of course, this is just what I want to see. But anyways, if this kind of makes you think, oh hey, Crusher, you have some ideas, or if you guys have any questions, let me know. Absolutely, leave them down in the comments. All right, I gotta stop yapping. I gotta get out of here. God bless.